So we're waiting on a quorum, a majority to start the meeting, and we now have one. All right. All right, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order our first meeting of 2022. It's Wednesday, January 19th. I'm going to do roll call, and some of us are on screen, some of us are just via phone. So I will call roll, and if you could respond, present. So I'll do this on the phone. Commissioner Key? I can see you.
Present.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Key. All right, we have Commissioner Bigger.
Present.
All right, and Commissioner Mackey.
Present.
All right, and I don't believe there are any other commissioners on the call. All right, so what I'll need to do is have a approval of the minutes from the December 16th meeting. If you have any omissions or edits or changes, if not, I'd appreciate a motion to approve the minutes from December 16th.
So move.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor of the acceptance of the minutes, please say aye.
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 Okay. That has passed with Commissioner Mackey, again, not on screen, but could hear her voice. All right. Mr. Paradise, are there any changes or anything about the agenda that you need to let us know?
No, ma'am. No changes to the agenda. Still fairly simple.
Okay. All right. All right, there being no changes, we will start with application RZM 21-007, which is a request by South Carolina North Augusta East Martintown LLC. So it's SC North Augusta East Martintown LLC to rezone approximately 8.34 acres along the East Martintown Road, TPN 007-12-12-006 and 007-12-12-007 and 05 and 09 from GC General Commercial to PD Plan Development. All right. All right. So, Mr. Paradise, do you have any comments or anything that you need to share with this application?
Yes, ma'am. I should be doing there we go. A screen share with you so that you can see the map. And you'll see 4 parcels there in red. These are the 4 parcels that are included in the request to rezone to planned development. Last meeting, you had an application before you for a general development plan. That general development plan for a planned development included these 4 parcels. What we're doing here is a little house cleaning. As we got to looking into it after the meeting, we should have included the rezoning of these 4 parcels at that time. And the applicant is asking that we do that now, and the planning department is asking that you do that now, so we can get these 4 parcels rezoned to planned development to mesh with the general development plan that's been approved and recommended for council to pass.
Okay. All right. So I will now hear from the applicant, and then after that, we will open it up for public hearing if there's anyone from the public to share their concerns, and then we will discuss it as commissioners before we make a recommendation on the vote. All right. So the applicant and who's representing the applicant, if you could please introduce yourself. Again, name. Do we need to have the address? Yeah, probably, just to be consistent. If you could give your name and address, and then any comments on the application. Thank you.
Sure. It's Robert Wright, 24 Turkey Roost Court, Hendersonville, North Carolina. Appreciate you listening to this tonight. As Tommy said, it's probably just a little more making sure we've got everything in proper order, having missed these 4 parcels along the way now to get those in line with what was approved last month with the plan development and get them rezoned properly. So it's a pretty simple matter, but I don't want to take more time than I need to. Just happy to answer any questions if you have any.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Are there any members of the public who wish to comment? There being none and there hearing none, I will close the public hearing portion of this consideration. Commissioners, are there any questions for Mr. Wright, Mr. Paradise, or any concerns about this application? There being none, if there is a motion,
I'll make a motion. In reference to application PD 21-001, a request for approval of a general development plan for Bluegrass Place, submitted by South Carolina, North Augusta, Buena Vista LLC. I'd like to make a motion for the approval of said parcels as noted in the agenda.
Okay.
Second.
All right, so it has been moved and seconded. The aforementioned parcels be zoned from GC to PD. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 So that was unanimous from all commissioners. All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So next on the agenda is application RWN 21-002. It is a request by the Hammonds at 5 Notch to assign the next street names Wicklow Circle, Atterbury Pass, and Cloisters Way in the Hammonds at 5 Notch subdivision. The application affects approximately 10.5 acres and TPNs are 006-07-09-08. Next one is 006-12-01-001 and 002. All right. So, Mr. Paradise, do you have any comments around this application for the street names?
Yes, ma'am. Last month, the Planning Commission approved the preliminary plat for Hammonds at 5 Notch. And there were some issues with the names. The county, actually, one of the names had been reserved and it's not reserved when we got there. Also, just the names did not fit the development. So the applicant is proposing to change the name from Yuma Circle to Wicklow Circle, and Rudy Pass to Atterbury Pass, and Comet Lane to Cloisters Way. And I think Mr. Harmon's here if you have any questions.
All right. So, in similar format to last, we will open up for the applicant to share any information that they think might be helpful. Then we'll have public hearing if there are any comments from the public, and that will be followed by the consideration by the commission and the vote. So, a representative of the applicant.
Yes, this is Richard Harmon. I live at 377 Harvester Drive, North Augusta, South Carolina, 29860. And we just want to thank the Planning Commission for hearing this case for us and getting us through this project. The names that we had originally that the county had submitted to us, we did not like, so we're moving forward with the names. And we, I would say, through a little bit of a time frame, we had to discuss with 911 the names that we have come up with, and we just appreciate the city cooperating with us on this project.
All right, thank you, Mr. Harmon. Are there any members from the public who have either called in or, no, I think I didn't see anyone on the screen, that would like to make any comments at this time? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, I will close the public hearing portion of this application. Commissioners, are there any concerns or questions with regards to this application for street names?
I'd like to say that I think this is an improvement on the names, and I had commented last time about that, the fact that the county had assigned those names, and I think the person that is investing in a property should have some options on the names, and I'm hoping maybe, Mr. Paradise, we could maybe have some sort of way to discuss this with the county, that this is getting very difficult. We have a lot of neighborhoods being developed, and the list of names is very, very hard to deal with. And I appreciate Mr. Harmon going back and working on getting what he wanted handled. I'm sure it was very long to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If there are no other comments, do I have a motion for the approval of the names as presented?
I'll make the motion. In reference to application RWN 21-002, the request for naming the roads, Willow Circle, Atterbury Pass, and Cluster Way, be approved.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
So it was a unanimous vote as well. All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Harmon.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Mr. Paradise, staff report for December.
Well, the staff report for December is we are continuing to work on our draft of the development code. We spent probably about 3 hours this week with the consultants already. Both yesterday and today, an hour and a half, going over the uses and conditional uses, trying to get them in a draft form. We anticipate the comprehensive plan going to the city council there in February.
All right. All right. Well, if that is the end of the staff report, thank you all so much. Hopefully, Omicron will be enough, will have peaked enough that we can gather in person in February, but certainly we'll let you all know as soon as possible. And again, thank you all for your participation and engagement. And we will conclude and adjourn our meeting for January 19th. Go to unmotion. Have a motion to adjourn, please.
So move.
And seconded.
All right. Hearing no objections, meeting is adjourned.
You need to put this in the record book for